Listen up, all seniors. Every month the bills come in: electric, insurance, credit cards, maybe even medical charges you don't fully understand. And somewhere between the envelopes and the auto-pay notices, you ask yourself, can I really afford all this? But what if I told you that some of these bills aren't even yours to carry? Let me tell you about Barbara. She's 78, widowed, living on just Social Security. She got a $900 hospital bill that her insurance denied. Out of fear and confusion, she paid it. Months later, her niece, a lawyer, looked into it and found something shocking. The bill had been rejected by mistake. Barbara got every penny back. Barbara is not alone. I've seen too many seniors, smart, careful, responsible, paying bills they don't legally owe. Why? Because no one ever told them they had a right to ask. Here's the twist. Many companies are counting on you not knowing your rights. They expect you to just keep paying, out of habit, fear, or a quiet voice inside that whispers, maybe it's my fault. But this isn't just about money. It's about dignity, about not being afraid to ask, do I really owe this? And hearing, sometimes for the first time, no, you don't. In the next few minutes, I'll gently walk you through 7 kinds of bills that many seniors can stop paying, legally, safely, and without fear of losing what's yours. I've been doing this work for years. I've helped hundreds of older adults sort out what's real, what's negotiable, and what should never have been on their plate in the first place. And I'll help you do the same. If this speaks to you, take a moment and tell me below. What's one bill you're not sure about? Your story might help someone else take a breath before they pay. Before we continue, if this video brought you any value today, I'd love for you to join me in doing one small good thing each day by supporting through Super Thanks. Every contribution helps provide warm blankets, a hot meal, or simply a moment of kindness for someone living outside without a place to call home. Now, let's get started. Now, let's begin with the one that causes the most confusion and the most stress: medical bills that get denied, then quietly sent to you. Section 1. Unfair medical bills denied by insurance. You went to the doctor, you followed the plan, and then a letter shows up. Your claim has been denied. 3 words that make your stomach sink. Evelyn, 74, knows that feeling. After a brief hospital stay, she was billed $2,200 out of pocket. Insurance said it wasn't medically necessary. She felt embarrassed, paid the bill quietly, but her daughter urged her to ask questions. A lawyer helped her appeal, and Evelyn got every dollar back. Here's the truth. Most medical denials aren't final. They happen because of coding errors, wrong paperwork, or vague reasons like not necessary, even when your doctor recommended it. Legally, you have the right to request a written explanation, and in most cases, you have 30 to 60 days to appeal. That's your window. Ask your doctor to write a letter of support or resubmit with better documentation. You're not being difficult. You're being wise. Don't let paperwork silence your voice or shrink your savings. Have you ever paid a bill you weren't sure about? Share in the comments. You might help another senior speak up. Now, what about the debts that feel like they've followed you for decades? Section 2. Debts beyond the statute of limitations. You're sipping coffee, reading the paper, and the phone rings. A collector says, "You owe us from 10 years ago." But here's the thing. If it's older than your kitchen wallpaper, it might not be legally collectible. That's what happened to Gloria, 81. She got daily calls about an old credit card from over a decade ago. She was losing sleep. But when a legal aid volunteer looked into it, they found it was well past the statute of limitations. They couldn't sue. They couldn't touch her income. Every state sets its own time limit. In most cases, it's 3 to 6 years for things like credit cards, medical bills, or personal loans. After that, the collector can still call, but they can't sue. Important: if you admit the debt is yours, that clock resets. So if they call, don't panic. Don't confirm anything. Instead, ask for a debt validation letter. You're allowed to ask. That doesn't restart the clock, it protects you. And if you're still unsure, say, "I'd like it in writing." That one sentence can buy you peace of mind. Now, some of the bills we keep paying today, we don't even need anymore, Let's look at those next. Section 3. Outdated or unnecessary life insurance policies. You're still paying $100 or more every month for a life insurance policy you bought decades ago. But here's the real question. Do you still need it? Jean, 76, was paying $150 a month for a large policy, but her mortgage was paid off, her kids were financially stable, and her funeral costs were already covered. After a quick phone call, she canceled the policy, no penalties, and used the savings to fix her back steps. If no one relies on your income and you've got savings or burial plans in place, a big life policy may no longer serve you. And legally, you're allowed to end a private policy. No guilt, no fees. Some seniors even sell their old policies for cash through something called a life settlement. Others switch to a small final expense policy, just enough for funeral costs. You deserve to live comfortably today, not fund a plan that no longer fits. Ask your provider, can I downsize this policy or cash it out? Because one small change can free up what you need for today. Let's move to something even sneakier, charges you never meant to keep. Section 4. Subscriptions and memberships you forgot it's just $12 a month, or $8, maybe $15, but month after month, it adds up. Ruth, 79, was shocked when her niece helped her review her bank statements. Using an app, they found 14 recurring charges, from magazines, streaming services, even a gym she hadn't visited since 2019. These subscriptions are easy to start and hard to stop. Free trials turn into monthly charges. Some companies even hide the cancel button. Check your credit card or bank statements each month. Look for names you don't recognize. Use apps like Rocket Money or Truebill to spot and cancel things fast. Or ask a trusted family member to help review your charges together. And if this has happened to you, you're not careless. These systems were designed to be confusing. That's not your fault. Let's move on, because some of the most frustrating charges come from places that feel official, even fair, but you may not owe them at all. Section 5. Credit card and bank fees that can be removed. A $39 late fee, just because your check arrived one day late? That's not carelessness. That's a system designed to make money off timing. Shirley, 70, missed a credit card payment by 2 days. She called the bank, nervous, polite, and asked for a courtesy waiver. Then she called her bank about an overdraft fee from a small automatic payment. In total, she had $280 in fees erased. No arguing, just calm, respectful requests. Here's the truth. Most banks will gladly remove one-time fees, especially if you've been a long-time customer. They'd rather lose $39 than lose your account. Just call the number on the back of your card or bank statement. Say, I've been a loyal customer for years. Could I have this fee waived as a courtesy? You don't have to beg, you just have to ask, because asking for clarity is asking for respect, and you've earned that. Let's go even bigger. What if the taxes on your home could legally be reduced? Section 6. Property tax breaks for seniors. You open that property tax notice and feel your stomach drop. Another increase. Another number you weren't expecting. But what if I told you some seniors are legally allowed to pay far less? Meet Dolores, 77, a widow who's lived in the same home for 40 years. She was paying full property tax until her neighbor mentioned a senior freeze she had never heard of. We filed the paperwork together. It cut her bill in half. Every year I meet older adults who qualify for tax exemptions, but were simply never told. Senior tax relief programs exist in nearly every state. They might freeze your rate. They might reduce your taxable value. Some will even defer payments until you sell the home. But here's the catch. They're not automatic. You have to apply. Ask your local tax office about age-based exemptions, homestead relief, or low-income waivers. And if you're a veteran or living with a disability, there may be even more support waiting. I've personally helped clients recover money from past years they never should have paid. Not because they made a mistake, but because no one told them they had the right to ask. You're not being difficult for wanting clarity. You're being smart. So start with one call. Ask one question. Do I qualify for senior property tax relief? You can do this too. Now, What if the bills you're paying aren't even for services you're using anymore? Section 7. Utility Assistance and Senior Discounts. It was a freezing January morning when Lorraine, 72, called me in tears. Her heating bill had jumped to nearly $300, and she hadn't even turned it up past 68. She whispered, "I'm just scared to open the next one." She's not alone. Many older adults silently sacrifice warmth or comfort, thinking there's no help for these essential costs. But that's not true. Most utility companies actually offer senior discounts, hardship waivers, or energy assistance programs, yet very few people know to ask. Programs like LAHEAP, available in many states, can cover part or even all of your heating bill if you meet income guidelines. Some companies even offer budget billing, letting you spread payments out evenly through the year. And in my experience as a lawyer, these programs aren't just helpful, they're underused. I've seen clients save hundreds per year simply by making one call. Lorraine qualified for a senior discount and a weatherization upgrade, completely free. Her next bill? $118, and her dignity remained intact. You don't need to explain everything. Just ask, "Do you have any senior help programs?" That one sentence can open the door. Here's the truth. Asking for help doesn't make you less independent. It proves you know your worth. You can do this too, and your voice matters on that phone call. If you've ever quietly worried about how to afford your next light bill, please share that below. Others may find courage in your story. And now, as we close this journey together, let's take a moment to reflect, not just on what we've learned, but what you deserve. Let's take a breath together. Today we talked about bills you might not have to pay, from denied medical charges and expired debts to forgotten subscriptions, steep taxes, and unnecessary fees. And more importantly, we talked about the quiet strength it takes to ask questions, to say, "Wait a minute, is this really mine to carry?" You weren't raised in a world of fine print, automated drafts, and hidden charges, so it's not just okay, it's wise to pause, to check, to ask, and sometimes to stop. You still have choices, you still have rights, and you still have the power to protect your money, your home, and your peace of mind. If this gave you even a little clarity, please share it with someone you care about, and in the comments below, tell us, what bill are you going to look at again this week? You never know who your story might help. And finally, know this. I'm not just a lawyer. I'm someone who believes your dignity and your dollars deserve protection. Always.